welcome back to another book talk. Today's book talk is all about some nonfiction and fiction pairings about ocean animals. These are a great way to include some fun reading about a story about a familiar animal or an animal that your little one's interested in, and then pairing it with some actual factual information about that animal. So you're not only encouraging reading and learning, but you're also encouraging that STEM learning that they might start exploring in school. I would really just love to share them with you so you kind of have an idea of how you might pair a fictional story with a nonfiction title. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first story I'm going to share with you is called Dolphin Baby, and this is by Nicola Davies, and it is illustrated by Britta Gravenstrom. So this is a really adorable illustrated book about a baby dolphin, and it's all about her journey from little baby dolphin to about 6 months or to 1 year old. And what's really great about this fictional picture book is that it also includes some factual information in there. So it's a win-win. What I really love about this picture book is the gorgeous illustrations. It has some great text, very smaller sentences, a little bit wordier than some of our other picture books. It's a little bit of a longer story, but the font is big and bold, easy to read, and it just tells you a great story about how a little baby dolphin is learning to live out in the ocean. And then you'll see down here in some of the pages, there'll be some italicized words that are a little bit of a smaller font that has some factual information with it. Of course, you can always skip that when reading the story with your little one, but it does give some added context to the story, and it's just such a beautiful story, and it's just so sweet seeing the little dolphins make friends and just enjoy its growth into an older dolphin. So what I would pair this story with is this great little easy reader called Little Dolphin, and this is a level 1 beginner to read story. Like I said, most publishers have different levels, so they structure their levels differently. But this is just beginning to read, so it's a great story, factual story to pair the fictional one with. And this one is all about a little dolphin. Again, it is illustrated, but it has very short sentences, really starting to encourage those reading of simple sentences and the little bit of vocabulary there. Bold font, large font, and this talks about how, again, a little dolphin grows up. So again, it's a great introductory to some nonfiction titles for your little one that pairs really well with a fictional story. All right, so the next story that I want to share with you is called Ida and the Whale, and this is by Rebecca Gugger, and it's illustrated by Simon Roethlisberger. And this is a beautiful picture book, much like the last one I just shared, gorgeous illustrations, but this is definitely more of an imaginative story. Ida has lots of big philosophical questions that she once answered, and one night this flying whale comes and whisks her off to an adventure where she learns and she grows and she gets some of her questions answered in these magical places. So definitely less of an ocean story and more of her interacting with this gorgeous whale that takes her on these adventures. I mean, just look at that beautiful, beautiful page. So again, this is great for probably your 3 to 5 year olds. This one probably also could be good for little ones like 2-year-olds, because while there is a smaller font for the text, it is a little bit shorter than the last book. And it's just really beautifully illustrated. It's really going to grab your attention with all the colors and illustrations. And it's just a fun, imaginative story to take your little ones on. And so I would pair this story with another easy reader that is all about whales themselves. So this is a pre-reader. That's what this particular publisher lists it as. So pre-reader is they're ready to read, but they're not quite reading yet. So again, it's going to be less text, more photos, and it's going to give you that factual information about whales that will help complement the imaginative story you just read. What I love about this particular title is that it uses real life photographs, and it's very short sentences, bright, bold letters, so it's easy to see, and some labels throughout. But I think what really makes it work is the bright actual live photographs of the whales and the other animals. That's just really going to be an engaging aspect of this book, and it's also what kind of makes it more of a factual book using those live photos to kind of see the real details of what these animals actually look like. And then it's just going to go through different types of whales in this story and show you just some of the ways they interact and what they're like in real life. And of course, at the end, it's going to give you some actual, an index and some other resources and like an experiment that you might want to try out. So yeah, it's a great beginner reader to nonfiction, much like the other one I shared earlier, but it's going to really complement this fictional book about whales. I hope you enjoyed those book pairings. I would really recommend you check out the easy reader section at the library. There's a lot of fun factual books about animals and so many other topics. National Geographic does a really great job of bringing some of those animal factual books to life, and then you just got so many just fun stories that go through what are actual real life animals, what they do, how they live, what they eat, that pair really well with fictional picture books in our collection. So if you need more recommendations, please let us know. We're always available to help. And I really hope that you enjoyed today's book talk about these titles and pairings of fictional and nonfiction titles for your little ones. For more book talks and more library programming, please visit our website at www.grundylibrary.org or check out our social media pages. Thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see you for our next book talk. Goodbye!